life taken away from you in a blink of an eye. How would you handle it? Could you manage? The novel The Red Umbrella tells the story of Lucia Alvarez, a teenage girl living a normal life with the boys and the latest fashion being her only worries in the world. In 1961, 2 years after the Communist Revolution, Lucia's sleepy town is invaded by soldiers under the command of Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro, a man who promised Cuba everything, but in the end only ruined their beloved country and changed the lives of millions. Communism is a distinct socio-political philosophy that is willing to use violent means to attain its goal of the classless society. Lucia is from a family who believes if you work hard enough in life, you will get what you deserve, but in the world of socialism, your success and wealth not only helps you, but the people that didn't work hard enough or make enough to support themselves and their families. Your community has now become a whole. Viva la Revolution becomes the term anyone ever talked about, the topic of every conversation and the thought of everyone's mind, and turning your back on the revolution resulted in consequences. Lucia's friends are joining the revolution, attending youth political meetings, and kids are being sent away to fight, and her country is fading away into a very dark place. Everything Lucia once knew are falling apart, and everyone she knew are becoming strangers. Lucia's parents do not support Fidel Castro and his communist revolution, and she doesn't understand why. Her family is being watched, kept under close tabs, but when her uncle betrays the family and gets Lucia's father arrested, changes the way Lucia looked at Cuba. Lucia's parents make the heart-wrenching decision to send her and Frankie to the United States under Operation Pedro Pan. The last memory Lucia and Frankie have of her parents before being sent to the United States was the glimpse of their mother's red umbrella, the only inch of color in a crowd of thousands waving goodbye to the Cuba she once knew and adored.
Life. It can change in the blink of an eye. Your everyday routine turned upside down. Nothing around you seems to fit. Family members fade away like a vapor that never existed. Changes that happen so suddenly without you having time to adapt. The rapid movement that causes you to fall into place when all you really want to do is escape. But the exit is too far away.
I have the right.
Lucia and Frankie arrived in Miami, Florida, home to thousands, but to Lucia it was like entering another universe. A universe where she knew nobody and nothing. The questions that haunted her mind were, will she ever see her parents or Cuba again? How long will she be living in this foreign country? Days could turn into weeks could turn into months, and months could turn into years. Was Lucia and Frankie ready for the change that was about to happen? Could they handle it? Lucia and Frankie wound up living in Miami for a few days at a warehouse where all Cuban children waiting to hear their destinies stayed until being transported to any place in the United States involved in Operation Pedro Pan. With a little help from Mr. Ramirez, who happened to know their father very well, found a family for them to be sent to in Grand Island, Nebraska, a state far different than Cuba. Lucia and Frankie met their foster parents, the Baxters, a couple living on a farm doing the normal American thing. It was a big adjust for Lucia. She had to learn a new language, adjust to the new American customs, and return to a young lady and take up the motherly role for Frankie's sake. Although Nebraska was very different than what Lucia was comfortable and accustomed to, she learned to love her new home and everything in it. The Baxters, her new school, and her new friends. But it was missing one thing, her parents, the missing pieces of the puzzle. Lucia missed her parents and missed seeing them every day, but they wrote and talked on the phone every 3 or 4 weeks. The one thing Lucia needed in her life for her to accept Nebraska as her new home was her parents. Praying to God every night that her parents were able to leave Cuba and be all together again. Lucia and Frankie's prayers came through. Her mother was accepted for a visa and had 7 days to make the decision of coming to America alone, without her husband, who was denied a visa for cruel, unfair reason, or stay in Cuba forever. Lucia, as happy as she could be, was still sad inside, knowing that her father was unable to come to America and be reunited with his family. But like Papa always says, I'll figure something out. The day has come, the day Mama will arrive in America, her new country, leaving all the negative memories behind her. Amazed at how mature and grown-up Lucia and Frankie have gotten over the months, and thanks to a few friends and their connections, walks and Papa holding the red umbrella. Reuniting the Alvarez family. The Alvarez family is now complete, all together again, living in America where they can now call home. The red umbrella is a big symbol in this novel, hence the title. The red umbrella represents the Alvarez family as one and the strength they have even when times were tough.
The young girl with the red umbrella is hiding her pain and all her sorrows as the place she calls home disappears beyond her sight. The place she once rested her head is no longer in her reach. All she would have left is the memories that will replay in her head like an old song. She grasps the arm of the red umbrella as the boat sails past her mournfully. The red umbrella is the girl's protection from certain elements she faces in life.